as an artist, it is a great inspiration for me. It's like the whole city is creating so much of noise and so much of peace within the city.
I have been meaning to ask you about this tree. I have done several shows with you, but you've never taken such a significant wall of the whole gallery and made a painting of the wall, which obviously cannot be collected, but is a very significant part of the show. Why did you paint this tree?
Sometimes you feel bigger scale, and sometimes you don't actually get some satisfied in your canvas, limited space on the canvas and the surface, which is matters a lot. This is particularly, which is when I was putting when I was doing my drawing, it's a very different process, because I used to put the water, I used to draw, so it's automatically it is melting. The melting tree, sometimes it goes melting in the process. That process, it's give me boost. It's amazingly, thoroughly I enjoyed that process. Even most of my trees also, it looks like a human. The human, it's not the form, the energy, it flows like as a human body. It's the same energy is working the both side. If you are making a figure, either making a tree, it's all how you tempering things. Monks, I'm using as an element of spiritual element, nothing to do with Buddhism or any other religion. There is a Buddhist monk. Even there is the sandal I used in a Hindu priest. The tree which is coming from the nature. It's all the about is my concept is more important. I'm using the element the way I want. Even I used Gandhi Charkas, which is the the most iconic object of the India independence. That is the peace process. The biggest. I use sometime kind of object which is to create the dialogue and language in my work. So it is one of the element of in my work is monks.
the more people who get together and start thinking with one mind, the more problems we have. Is that a kind of an ongoing?
Yeah, it's a
concern
mass,
of
you know,
yours?
it's sometimes I create mass figures like, for example, this, the work, you know, they're just sitting in the, holding the ball, you know, the empty ball, you know. So when you see that, you know, when a group of the spiritual people, one place you see, they are revolutionary act or there is a spiritual act. It's a bit very thin line, you know. So I wanted to create the tension in my work, you know. I enjoy that, creating that tension. So yes, it's environmental. You know, it is a tree is a, as a element of, for me, is an innocent person or object, which is how destroyed by the whole all of, environment. You know, which is we never respected that. Sometime, you know, what I saw, you know, I don't point out. You know, so ultimately, you want to create a house. You know, you will destroy the tree and you will make a house. You know, simplicity is in your mind always, you know, and how you want to present yourself, how you want to compose the whole thing. That's the beauty of the work of art, you know, the process, you know, when you're working, the process which is, you know, simply, I mean, the back of your mind, you know, you have some ideas,
Yeah.
but suddenly you keep on changing, you're constructing things, you know. When you're constructing, you keep on changing, you're not changing, it happens, the change is the idea. In this case, you know, you can just make out. I just played, you know, I just enjoyed the to bending it and just tied in the nail, you know. And again, these are the element which is we have everybody's in my life, you know. Even each society is a creating, it's a tempering each and every one, you know. It's all about how you corrupt from your mind, you know, how you corrupted yourself. This is the whole installation, and I just created the panic in the whole area, which is suddenly, you know, it's putting just a bit of attention, creating attention. It's panic button, you know.
And these people are, this is a stampede, these people are running away because I see
Yes,
most of them
that's
in
the
one
sense.
direction.
That's the sense, you know. You created everybody climbing, you know. I think it reminds me. There is two things I think I wanted to tell you in this particularly. One is that Godra, which is in the train was born. It reminds me. And number one, Jallianwala Bagh, which is in Amritsar.
Yes.
So it is there. Keep on climbing, and the behind there is the bullet shots are coming behind. You know. So the marks has been left, you know. It reminds me. I'm not connecting each and everything. What is exactly. But this is my experience, which is the today's time, which is how getting some worse than worst, you know, which is, I think, we are the society responsible for that. Reminds you like their footsteps marks, you know. You know, they're climbing up. They're climbing up. You know, suddenly you realize that, you know, yeah, they're climbing. See, that is the life, that is the energy which is I wanted to bring in the work, you know. I really enjoying in snow here, you know, and I think I never walked down in the city in the snow. Of course, I walked in all the forest area. I mean, even Kashmir and even Himalaya, you know. But in the city, every day you're walking, and I'm so amazed to see New York City like so full of energy, the young energy. Either it's snow, either it's rain, either it's not raining. The things are same, you know. best last word I can tell you, instead of listening my words, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm right, but don't go with my words. Enjoy the work, the way you want to narrate, just narrate it. That's more important, It's kind of the when you're listening a music and you never think about that, what the musician thought, you always enjoy the music. So that is just is equally similarly medium, you just see the work and create your own ideas on that work. That's more successful, that's more important. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andy.